Post talks to IDF Bat Yam bus terrorist was apprehended by bank commander. Last week, Israeli security forces, led by Light Colonel caught Bat Yam bus terrorist Abd al-Karim Snuber after a 19-hour chase through Nablus. However, when the Jerusalem Post interviewed on Wednesday, it became the first outlet to tell his and his battalion 5205 story about how they caught Snuber in the Samaria city. In March, the state prosecution filed an indictment against a 47-year-old resident of Holon, for allegedly transporting Snuber in relation to the Palestinian terrorists planting explosive devices on buses in Holon and Bat Yam in February. Mass casualties were prevented by a mistake. Although the mishandling of the bus bomb timers resulted in the bombs going off at night when no one was on the buses, the incident was regarded as one of the most dangerous in recent years within the Israeli Green Line. Snuber then stayed out of jail for about 5 months, up until last week. Recounted what led up to catching Snuber. Last Thursday we came to the area for training. It's a necessary part of constantly adjusting to a new front and field. Our drill and patrol were finished on Thursday afternoon, he stated. Continued, there was already an explosion in a residential apartment in Shechem, Nablus, on Tuesday evening. The intelligence collected added up to the idea that this was a terrorist, though they did not immediately know that it was Snuber. Then, we sent IDF units into Shechem at 12 o'clock in the morning and started a hot pursuit. Nearly the entire battalion was in Shechem through Friday morning. It was their first foray deep into the city. We started to chase him, from a civilian taxi cab, to a house with a camera, to the next street over where he went into a store, to going into another house, and so we followed him for hours throughout the day from camera to camera, with the Palestinians voluntarily handing over their own footage, as well as many interrogating Palestinians, he stated, on the spur of the moment in search of the next clue to continue the pursuit. He explained that some Palestinians immediately helped, some did not, and some did not see Snuber, but provided video surveillance footage which helped track the terrorist. According to around 6 p.m. at night, after a 19-hour chase in crazy intense heat, we came to the last house in the neighborhood, which is the house that is the farthest from the main street that is nearby. We opened the door to the house, which we could tell was abandoned, and saw someone peeking out from behind a nearby bush approximately 1 meter away, continued. He had bandages covering his hands and head. We broadcast via radio that we had captured him. He stated that his battalion had inspected and searched approximately 7 to 8 distinct stores and buildings, some of which were as high as 10 stories, necessitating lengthy searches. My reservist soldiers' persistence not to leave until we got him, led to catching him, declared with pride. Moreover, he said, I personally arrested him. At that point, he had lost the will to resist as he was completely exhausted since we had not given him a moment to rest during the chase. Questioned about the challenges of catching a terrorist who clearly had skill at avoiding being caught easily, he responded, one of the hardest challenges was chasing him through Shechem. A terrorist is hiding among ordinary people. He can go anywhere, but we can't check every house and location. He can jump into a taxi whose driver does not know who he is and is not connected to terror. The cab driver just wants to make money. He can knock on a stranger's door. Some might not help him, but some will, even if they are not terrorists because they will be afraid of him, he explained. Next, he asked rhetorically, how do I find one person among 3?